And 3, 2, 1. Good morning and welcome to your Thursday edition of the Morning Jog. I am your host, Matt Cohan, and I am joined by two rabble-rousers, Francis Ellis and Robbie Berger. Hello, boys.
Happy to be here, boys. Happy to be here.
Hey, fellas. Good to see you again. It's been a while.
Good to see you. Francis looks to be in a new place. He looks to be in like a preschool classroom with those little cubbies behind him.
I
It's
think
amazing
got
how
this
he
Francis background before, no?
I don't think so. No. You guys are getting this confused. Now you're losing track.
I changed it up for you guys today.
Yes, dude. It's really
Something
really
else,
nice
right?
behind you there, pal.
Like a fucking whiteboard.
Yeah. Well, got to work with what I've got here.
You get
All right, fellas, let's kick off today's show with the biggest story of the week that doesn't involve a British socialite sex trafficker, shall we? Patrick Mahomes signed the largest contract the sports world has ever known this week, a 10-year contract worth $477 million. But with big money comes big responsibility. Mahomes said during a radio appearance on Tuesday, the Chiefs insisted on a clause he says basically prohibits him from partaking in any recreational activity that's not called football. Quote, I still don't think I'm allowed to play basketball. I'm sure baseball is not going to be allowed as well. I know there's a lot of them. There's everything from jet skiing to there's a lot of them. It's pretty much every physical activity you can possibly do. I'll probably be sticking to football and video games for a while now. Small price to pay for mid-9 figures, eh, Francis?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Here's my question. Do you think that that the stuff Mahomes is prevented from doing is specific to his contract? Meaning, like, isn't this stuff in every single NFL player's contract? Are we just drawing attention to it because he signed a $500 million contract?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like Aaron Boone, I think, and like Jay Williams. Williams got in that really bad motorcycle accident, like lost millions of dollars in his contract.
Well,
It's
exactly.
just such a ridiculous contract that it's like.
Yeah. So, like, I remember, Ben Roethlisberger has ridden motorcycles a couple times, and, like, under no circumstances should an athlete, especially if there's like guaranteed money, be riding motorcycles. And I think most professional athletes are aware that their bodies are their commodity, to the extent that they wouldn't do something like that. And it's also why you see so many of them eating really well and stretching more seriously than we ever did when we played sports, and all of that stuff, cryogenic chambers and like the crazy stuff. I mean, you do whatever you can to prolong the window in which you can make money. So, as far as I could tell, like Patrick Mahomes, live a boring life for the next 10 years, if you could call it that, just a very specific life.
Right.
And then after that, dude, go out and ride all the jet skis you want. Do all the cocaine. Do anything you want. You know why, buddy? Because you've got $260 million after tax sitting in your bank account growing. You know what I mean? Like, that's the time to celebrate life.
Right. Roberto?
I don't – first off, I would just love to see the behind the scenes of this contract going down and just the different things that had to be negotiated. Like if there was a sport or video games that Patrick Mahomes wanted to play that maybe – just the behind the scenes of this contract would be absolutely fascinating. I don't blame the Kansas City Chiefs at all if you're going to throw that type of money down. If you now think the Kansas City Chiefs are probably going to be the Super Bowl favorite or at least the AFC Championship favorite for the next 10 years. So while I think it's worth every dollar, I think you do got to have these types of things in there. God forbid something does happen. And with that type of money, can Patrick Mahomes really complain?
Right. Let me ask you this, guys. If you were offered this, let's just say $477 million, how far would you guys not talk to your family for 5 years? They don't know why you're not talking to them, but at the end of it, you get this you get a lump sum of this, and then you could be like, sorry, mom and dad, like it was just an investment. You're going to put them through hell for 5 years. But, they might get a good $100 million chunk at the end of it.
Dude, that it's funny because I was about to say there's nothing that you could mention that I wouldn't do, that I wouldn't give up for 5 years or whatever. But that sounds too sad to me. Like I just don't think I could ruin my family's lives for no explanation,
Right.
and just basically disown my family and cut them off. I don't like have that much time left with my parents. Like I
Right.
don't want to. There's
How
no
about a
amount of money,
year? How about a year? We'll knock it down to a year.
dude. I don't really. I even think like 6 weeks is too long. Like I don't. There's no amount of time. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't think I could do that. I just feel it feels too mean.
Yeah.
A year may do it for me. 5 years, definitely not. A year may do it. And right after that year, I'd probably get some wallpaper behind me or something that makes it easier for you guys to see me.
Yeah, please swap out that frame photo, dude. Renaissance era. All right, fellas. While Mahomes is living a life of luxury, NBA players are currently living the life of Spirit Airline seat 34B headed for Orlando, fellas. Denver Nuggets guard Troy Daniels shared some pics of his first meal from the NBA bubble at the Disney's Wild World of Sports complex in Florida. And it looks like someone shoplifted a Jersey Turnpike gas station. Daniels posted the photo, we'll get it up for you, of his 5-course meal consisting of Stacy's pita chips, watermelon, lettuce heavy salad, what looks like a bag of animal crackers, and a bunch of sad looking condiments. This is far from the country club cuisine you're used to, huh, Francis?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's. I watched this clip not too long ago on YouTube. I don't remember where it was. It was a sort of a documentary about what the New England Patriots feed their players. And there's like a 12-person team of chefs that
Right.
cooks like at least 2, if not 3. I think it is 3 meals of the day for the team. And they were taking salmon that were like 6 feet long and filleting them. I mean, it was so gourmet and in such enormous quantities. And I just have to think that for an NBA team, which is only 15 guys as opposed to 52, you'd be able to find a way to feed them a little better than this. Having said that, I still recall when the Golden State Warriors put up a huge fuss when the team tried to ban peanut butter and jelly sandwiches from like the team planes. And so in a way, it's like, well, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are even more bare bones than the shit we're seeing out of Orlando right now. So I don't know. Some of it was very funny. I thought the Fire Festival comparisons were funny, but there's absolutely no chance in hell LeBron James is eating this. That's true.
Right.
Yeah, after seeing that meal, I've never been more doubtful that we're not going to have an NBA season than I was at that moment. To back off what Francis said, even when I was working at the Four Seasons, we would have the teams in. These breakfasts that they would have, these lunches that would be prepared for them, was so out of this world. These guys are grown men. Did you see that watermelon salad that they had there?
Yeah.
These guys are grown men that are used to eating at the Four Seasons, whatever they like. Again, that for me might have been the nail in the coffin to us having an NBA season. It looked like a Delta Airlines meal. It really did. That's bad.
Yeah, it's
it
like
looked like
when you,
a rushed options at like a 7-Eleven or a Citgo, like when you're at
Yeah.
a truck stop.
yeah, it's the road. It's like you get really high before a flight and like you just bundle on those snacks.
Yeah.
Grab
Yeah.
a couple different things, whatever you could get your hands on.
The food that you buy at a newsstand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Food that
When-
comes with the magazine you purchased.
The
You
pre-wrapped
only got
tuna.
$8 in your account.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of weird pandemic stories, in his first interquad scrimmage amid the coronavirus pandemic Tuesday, Garrett Cole threw 5 innings of one-hit ball, which required only 67 pitches with 6 strikeouts and 2 walks. The only hit came after Cole struck out outfielder Mike Tauchman on 4 pitches. Catcher Gary Sanchez then threw the ball around the infield, which meant Cole couldn't use it again due to coronavirus health and safety protocols. The right-hander wasn't pleased about having to switch balls, and you could clearly see him say, "I like that ball." Miguel Andujar was the next batter, and Cole surrendered an opposite field homer to him on the very first pitch of the at bat. No fans, no spitting chew, no around the horn. What is left of baseball as we know it, Roberto?
Well, first of all, it's an intramural scrimmage between the two teams. I think Garrett Cole's got to take it a little bit easy. As a Yankee fan, love the passion, love to see it out of him. I think he's got to take it a little bit easy. But this was hilarious because it goes to show you there's going to be small things, whether it's in baseball, whether it's in basketball, different small things that you wouldn't think of that are now going to change the game. That's just going to be very funny to see how it works out. And this is a picture-perfect example. You would never think when you thought about the start of the MLB season that throwing the ball around the horn might be an issue. It's just, to me, it's a sign of different things that are going to come that are going to be very funny just to see them pan out.
Right. Yeah, this is the same thing with you can't spit chew, but you can spit sunflower seeds. Makes no sense. Francis?
Yeah, around the horn is an American pastime. And at the same time, when you kind of consider what it is, we're starting to look at a lot of things that we never really thought about and realize how much they conduct germs. Getting the ball around the horn is like pretty much the baseball equivalent to an elephant walk. I just
What's
think
an
like
elephant walk?
well, it's a golf thing where if you don't hit I think it's a hazing thing in like Greek life where the pledges take their penises out and you grab the guy behind you and then the guy in front of you grabs your dick and then you walk like that. So not healthy, and pretty risky.
I think that's just a Harvard thing, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Don't threaten
we
me with
never
a good
did that. We never did that, but I heard about it. I heard about it a lot, and I looked for it. No, but
the internet.
I also wonder I've always wondered about this. Like, if a pitcher prefers a certain ball, I mean, those guys swap out baseballs every throw. Just about. What's the average lifespan of a baseball in a game? Is it 2 pitches? Is it 1.5? Every time it touches the dirt, they get rid of it. They're always throwing them to kids that have ice cream on their face or eating some Dippin' Dots, whatever it is. So I'm surprised to hear, honestly, that Garrett Cole had developed a relationship with this ball, that he had feelings for it such that it affected him and made him throw, whatever it's called, a very easy pitch down the middle.
A meatball, I think they call it.
A grooved pitch. Yeah, right. So, but interesting.
Yeah. All right, fellas, let's put a pin in it right there for the week of July. What is it, July 7th or something?
Who's counting at this
Dude,
point?
who knows?
Dude, it's the
Time
summer.
of the week.
Midsummer, I
Nobody
start to get a
knows.
little woozy.
Yeah, nobody knows.
All right. We'll pick up on Tuesday of next week. Thank you, fellas. Have a good weekend. I love you both. Thanks for listening.
Love you too, Matty Ice.
Bye.